I want Jesus to walk with me. I want Jesus to walk with me. I want Jesus to hold my hands, these ashy hands, yeah. Ooh. You walked with my mother, yes you did. Walk with me, yeah. You walked with my mother, Lord, yes you did. Please walk with me. Woo! While I'm on this egregious journey, egregious journey. Oh yeah. I want my Jesus to walk with me. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I want Jesus to walk with me while I'm on this tedious journey. I want Jesus to walk with me. I'm climbing, yes I am, Jacob's ladder. I'm climbing, I am climbing, ladder. Ooh, Jacob's ladder, I'm climbing up. I am climbing, ooh, Jacob's ladder, and I want Jesus, ooh, to walk with me. Walk with my mother. Walking with me, while I'm on this egregious journey. Ooh, I want you. I need to have you. I want you to walk with me, climbing Jacob's ladder and walking with me. Walk with me, Lord. Oh, walk with me. Ooh, while I'm on this, yes, teach journey, Lord. I want you to walk. I need you to walk, and I need you to hold my hand. I need you to hold my hand, Lord. I need you to hold my hands. Hallelujah. We welcome you. We welcome you. Lordy, 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 lordy. We welcome you. Every part of me, every part of me, every part of me welcomes you. You say we have 5 senses. I disagree. Every part of me must walk. I wanted to walk with you. I need you to hold my hand. Take me through. Do 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 do. Ooh, 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 ooh. Walk in with me. Walk with me. Talk with me. And the beauty of your holiness. Come on and praise his name. Come on and praise his name. Come on and praise his name. No, 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 no. Come on and praise his name, 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 name. Praise his name. Like each moment, so madly struggling. Oh, the brave will be redeemed. The wind, oh yeah, and the waves shall obey. Thy will, peace, be still. Whenever the Lord says, yea, I'm so glad. Peace. Oh, peace. Where there's confusion, yeah. Where there's confusion, let there be peace. Peace, peace, oh, peace. Can't always have peace. Sometimes you gotta ruffle some feathers. Can't always have peace, but you want to get to that point. Peace. Whoa, hallelujah. Whoa, peace. You want to get to that point. At some point you get tired of striving. Sometimes you get tired of striving, and then you look around and see what the Lord has done for me. I can be at my worst and I still see his hand on me. And I understand that it's not all it's cracked up to be. I'm looking around me and I'm thinking, what the hell? It's crazy. I don't understand some of the things I'm experiencing, but I am grateful. Ooh, grateful to you, Lord, for all you've done for me. I'm walking, you see, my legs work, my arms work, my eyes can see that you love me. I love having my times with you. The fact that these legs can move, and even if I didn't have these legs to move, I would be in a wheelchair that has movement too. I see it all over the place. Everybody's doing it. And forgetting about the beautiful grace. I think we forget. When things are hard especially, we believe that it's all about me, and it ain't. It ain't all about me. It's about me. It's about you. It's about the kids. It's about the grads. It's about every single thing. that is supposed to last. Somebody's saying that it shouldn't, even though he put eternity in our hearts. We believe that we shouldn't get it because we believe we need to be punished. We believe we need to be punished for something, and I don't think that's the God we really are serving. We're not serving a punishing God. We're serving one who's mighty, kind, and generous, and joyful, and loving, and wants to see good things for us. That is who we're serving. That is the God. I don't know the one they talk about in churches. I don't know the one they talk about at funeral services. I don't know. 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 But all I know is that the God I serve is love. I know the God I serve is love. The God I serve is love. Love, love, love. The God I serve is love. The God I serve is love. Whew. The one I know, he cares for me. He really does. I see what he has done for you and what he has done for me. That's the God I see, the one that made these trees. He made these trees. Oh, how beautiful can you see? I'm Cinderella, black Cinderella, blah, 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 blah. This is how I walk around, y'all, singing all day. People be like, what the hell is wrong with her? Nothing. That's why I can do this. Ain't shit wrong with me. I'm grateful. I walk around that way on a daily basis. I do the work before you come into my energy. This is why you think I'm so amazing, you see. Because I work on me. Not you, not he, not she, not they, not be. I work on me. I'm Dr. Seuss, Sissy C. I've been that way since the baby to right now, and I will be for eternity. No one will change me. Not one will change me. I won't let your evil snares and your things that come out and the way you make things little seem so big and be all about. I am not that one that cares so much, and you hate that too. I can't do nothing right. If I'm kind, you think I'm too much. If I'm not kind, you think I'm too much. If I'm kind, you think I'm too much. If I'm up, if I'm down, if I'm in, if I'm out, if I'm around and about, you think I'm too much for you. And it's okay. I'm going on anyway. This is what I gotta say. Not angry, not mad. You see the skin is not something that would be. Oh, that would be so tight and beautiful and supple if I were made. If I had a sad bone in my body. I lost my neck, I had 6 packs. Oh yes, I remember being about it. This face just changed when I started to explain to myself that you could expect love from anyone else. You must love you. You must love you. You must love you. Ooh, you must love you. Trust you. Be so kind to you. If you're not loving yourself, how could you expect anyone else? Oh, you have to love yourself. You have to. You have to. You have to love You can't exist not loving you. You will not exist if you don't love you. Everyone's talking about how we should love others. I'm always hearing that. Always. How we should love others more than ourselves. No one's talking about when the scriptures say, and I talk from the Bible because that's what I grew up learning, and I love it. I love it because it has so many beautiful stories. I'm not one to try to fix people anymore. Unless you place me in a position where I'm going to get paid to help people with their problems, then I'm not doing it anymore. If people want to be nasty and mean, that is on them. I let them do what they need to do, but I just don't stay in the energy of the one that chooses those things. I realized I had to stop being so like there's certain people that get a chance. Yeah. And you'll know them by their fruit. You can recognize a tree by its fruit. And I'm trying to bear mine. No spare time. No spare time. I don't have time to sit around arguing with people. You don't either. Stop that. Or caring so much what they think. And I do. I got a great amount of time in that area. Because it's not something that's going to go away overnight. But I guess it's how it affects me that makes it different in my eyes and mind. It's how I look at it. It's how I think about it. I care to the extent that I think it needs to elevate me. I take what resonates and I leave the rest. I don't need all of it. Some of it is projection from you. Other parts of it is projection of my own understanding of me. Something I felt about myself way before you came along. So if I am experiencing something and I am feeling something when I'm in your energy for whatever reason that is, it tells me that there's some undealt with thing within me. The reason why you make me uneasy. We all struggle with this. It's just that some of us take that uneasiness and we place it on other people. We project it instead of injecting it to see what the hell was that made me feel that way. Going from within first. People aren't going in first. They're going out. You know what I mean? Let me go out and see who did this. I need you to always check in with yourself first. Just do it. Checking in with yourself first is the best possible thing you could absolutely do for the world and collective around you and yourself. Some people are struggling from diseases and all these things because they are starting with outside of themselves. I love this song by Michael Jackson. I'm talking to the woman in the mirror. I'm asking her to change her ways. No message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, then look at yourself and make the change. That was part of my Bible too. Listen. People are speaking to you. Those who are woke and understand. Forget about the woke culture. I'm speaking just awakened in themselves to understand self, to love self again, to get back to self again. It's not easy. I am not perfect in this either. Constantly I'm catching things. Not to try to be perfect, but to get to perfection. That will allow me to receive what it is I'm to receive. Everyone that I spend time with, for the most part, has something negative to say about anything that they can think of. And I don't think that's good energy. That's not good energy. It's not good energy to always have something negative to say. Doesn't work well. It just does not work well. We can't do that. We can't live that way and expect that our lives are going to be any better than it is right now. Coffee's making my mouth dry. I'd rather do these videos with water, but it was nice to have warm coffee as I walk. I am searching for a miracle. Many say that would be impossible. I'm searching for a miracle. I know it's not impossible. No, no, I'm searching for a miracle. Do 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 do. That's all I got today. That's all I got today for y'all, at least. For myself, I have so much more, and I will always leave my cup full. Leave your cup full, ladies and gentlemen. I think when you leave your cup full, you show up better for the people you love anyway. This is not truly, really selfish in the negative context or content. It's not negative in the connotation of it necessarily. It's a choice, whatever you choose. So if you're choosing to love yourself, you are naturally going to love other people. You are naturally going to love other people and love them well, because that's just innately in you. So you just have to find people that you can love that won't take advantage of you. That's really the bottom line. That is the bottom beautiful line. But so many people cross it because they have already been just giving to themselves in such a way that makes them feel better, right? And when I say you're giving to yourself, I mean you're giving to other people. It's the exact opposite, and it's almost dichotomic as well, metaphorically speaking, okay? And I'm saying all that with good intention. Metaphorically speaking, imagine that because you love others, you yourself feel loved. That's why loving others feels so good, and it's the most selfish of it all. Because how the hell are you going to forget about yourself to make who feel better? That's the worst. I've done it. This is probably a better video for YouTube. So when I would delete it, always go check there. Because that's exactly where I place them all. I place all my videos on YouTube. And I'm growing a following over there. Because I know y'all just like to peek in and shit. Y'all don't want to really connect. You just want to peek in. I see you picking in. You know, I call you monitoring spirits. But I want you to monitor. I want you to monitor because my goal is to be there for you still, even though you're a hot mess. How about that? Who the kind of love you think that is? I'm still going to love you in the process. This is all I did anyway with y'all asses, is talk all the damn time, give you all my love and energy. So you got to get it in little spurts on video. No, I'm not calling you back, and don't call me. This is all good. Like, we've gotten to a place where there is no going back, right? Unless God is like, yeah, I'm pointing them out, pertinent points the person out, and it's very clear. It's so clear I can't question it. But it won't be your energy doing it, because I can catch anything that happens around me. I'm very intuitive. That's why I make people uncomfortable. Well, I don't mean to, but that is what happens. Because I understand things about you immediately when you walk into my presence. Will I have anything mean to do to you or try to hurt you? Or no, I just know who you are already. So I don't need a whole lot of understanding and taking time out with you. I just want good people in my life. Time out for all the other things that's been happening, right? Time out for all of that. Time out for giving people another chance and a try. And time out for just accepting the breadcrumbs. No. See, the thing is, people think that, oh, you should accept this. This is what I have. Why you accept? I've accepted what you have. Okay. And now at some point, you got to say, okay, is that going to be what's going to get me to the next place and level? Consistently in the circle. The circle where you're circling around in circles all the time. You can't teach people how to love you. They may love you in a way that feels right for them, but if it doesn't feel like love for you, it is no longer love. It's something else. It ain't love. You know love. Again, you can recognize a tree by its fruit. That's just not talking about humans. That's talking about everybody. Everything around us. You know, you see a mushroom. Is it a real mushroom or is it a fake mushroom? You see a rose. Is that a real rose or a fake rose? You know. You could touch a real rose, a fake rose, and know the difference. The real roses have velvety petals. The petals are velvety. And even fabric that tries to mimic velvet is still, you always still can feel, beautiful as it is, that it is the wrong, it's not the right, it's not the one that came from the earth, velvet. And yeah, there's times when you're okay with having a fake flower here and there. You learn a lot from fake flowers. You really do. Fake flowers are still beautiful. They still hold a ton of value. And it works for certain environments, especially where there's no tending to. You don't have to tend to it. It's just there. Sometimes it gets dusty, but otherwise it's completely fine to leave the fake flowers right where they are, because they're going to collect dust, but they won't die if they're not watered, right? See, when it comes to somebody like me, and hopefully you too, if you are real, you're going to need watering. You're going to need sunlight. All of those things are so important.
Talk, right? When people say negative things about you, that's also casting a spell. So they're casting a spell with their words, with their mouth. Okay, comment below.
People cast spells with all their words. They say things that are ugly, nasty, and mean about you, and sometimes in a way that almost seems like they care. That's the funny one for me. It almost seems like they actually do care. The biggest one for me is this one. I'm worried about you. Anytime somebody says they're worried about me, I always hear, I'm hoping that you die. That's what I hear. I'm hoping that something bad happens to you. When I hear someone say they're worried about me, because if you're worried about me, that means you are making up things in your brain about possible things that could happen to me. So you are casting spells on me by worrying. I don't need you to worry for me. Especially if I've asked you for assistance or guidance or help. Not even guidance, because I'm tired. I got guidance. Sometimes you just need somebody to look out for you like you would do. You need somebody to be you for you. Not going to find a lot of people like that. And everybody say, oh, you want everybody to be you. No, it's okay to want people to be you sometimes, because we are not. See, the thing is, people put you on a pedestal and they think you never need anything. My mother used to always tell me, well, I always thought you were fine. She running back and forth to help everybody else. Grown people. Well, I'm not mad at her. We talked. But it's an example of how people can treat you and not even realize and still don't do anything about it, because they've had this notion about you all along that you're okay. So sometimes the intention's not even bad, honestly. Sometimes the intentions of other people are not meant to be bad, I should say. They can be bad for you, but it may not be intentional. I hope not, right? You just only hope that people don't just do and say things just to be harmful, or they just don't know. So that's why I'm here to say it. Stop telling people you worried about them. Stop telling people you praying for them, because you're really not. Especially if you don't know how to pray. Don't tell me you're praying for me. I don't want to hear it. You don't pray for me. I pray for myself. I know what the hell I need. You're on the outside looking in. Don't tell me you're going to pray for me. And you shouldn't tell other people that either, because I bet you're forgetting to pray, and then now you're causing more pain to yourself and other people. Karma's so real. Whatever you're doing is going to come back to you always. So that's why just do well, love well, treat people well. You're no better than anybody, and neither am I. None of us are. Can somebody just be in competition with themselves sometime? I'm in competition with the last version of my crazy self. I ain't paying attention to you. If you have been stinky to me or mean or whatever, I'm not even mad at you still. I just know I can't be around you. I can't talk to you every day. What the hell? Why would somebody talk to you every day when you're nasty and you always got something negative to say, or some dramatic issues happening in your life? I don't want to hear that. Who wants to live like that? That's a cycle of devastation. Torture. That's creating your own hell. And I choose not to live in that hell. I don't want it. There's parts of life that are going to be egregious, but you don't have to create them. I think having so many energies that you help and advise and always in their energy because you feel like you need to be, that makes you more of a target for internal disease and lack in health and weight gain and malnutrition and different things, because you're not eating sometimes, you won't go to the bathroom, you're just walking around helping everybody. Time out for all of that. Time out. Don't do that to yourself. Stop worrying about everybody else doing it, what's going on with them. Somebody used to tell me that, and I'm so glad they shared that with me, because yeah, I was so involved. And I'm telling you, not being involved has been so much better for my health. Look at my skin. God is good. You go through things, and I'm not saying everything's perfect, because it definitely is not. In fact, probably the hardest time of my life I'm experiencing right now. But what I'm gonna do, I gotta keep going. And I also need to protect myself, love myself. People say, oh, you don't have to protect yourself. God do. There's, you know what that is? God is saying always to what he says in his word. He wouldn't leave us or forsake us. But if we have faith without deeds, our faith is dead. It means nothing. So sometimes you have to act too. You can't just expect God shows you something and then you don't move on it. Sometimes he just does things for sure that you didn't really expect. Beautiful things come from God. But if you're living a life which is trying to always harm other people, and this is a gift right here I'm giving this gift. This is a gift. The words from my mouth right now are a gift. You got everybody else telling you what to worry about and how bad to be and how bad to long for someone to love you and all these things, that people are doing bad things to do it and to get it. Hitting, harming people. There's just so much going on. So much is happening. So much. So you can't tell me that this is not coming from people feeling rejected. Because that's probably the worst feeling you can have, is a feeling of rejection by somebody who is supposed to love you, right? So it's important for you to love yourself. Love yourself. Stop begging for something that they are not capable of giving you. Just love yourself. Love yourself so well that no one can come into your energy and take anything, because you're filled all on your own, not because of your children, not because of your husband, not because of your mother, not because of your brother, not because of your uncle, not because of your aunt, not because of your slew of cousins, not because of nobody but you. And yeah, you think that's hard, but I think it's even harder to have a ton of people in your life who just showing you all kinds of hatred. That right there is what hurts. That's what unalives. That's what takes you out. If you pause and you don't have to deal with that foolishness, all the demons trying to get you, because they're your demons. Keep them. Those are your demons. You let the people keep them demons. Keep their own demons. Everybody got to do their own demons. You don't bring your demons over here, I'm bringing mine over yours. Leave mine alone, I leave yours alone. We all got stuff we need to work on. So I don't need you come over here telling me how to work on my stuff when your ass got your stuff looking crazy over there. The first sign to me that somebody's not taking care of themselves, and I don't mean any harm by this, and I even tell my kids don't use the FAT word, right? I only use it if I'm talking about myself, like, I still feel fat or something. I'll say it in that context. But to call somebody fat, I don't feel it's right to do, right? I may give somebody weight training advice because I was fat, right? I can call myself fat, but to call someone else fat, I feel like it's just as bad as calling somebody out of their name. Because they are not fat. They just happen to be fat. They are fat. You get what I'm saying? I had a fat neck. I called the neck fat. I didn't call it a big neck. I called it a fat neck. It was fat to me because it was rolly, right? But a big neck is different. The skin is tight. So to me, I would call a tight skin neck a big neck, and a rolly skin a fat neck. And so that's what I call it. This is the cutest thing. I get to watch all these cute little hockey babies walk. Boys, and I'm a boy mom, so it's really encouraging to see. They're so cute. Moms and dads, yeah, put your kids in sports, black people, and do sport things. Travel with the kids. It's fun. It's an era, but it's fun. You feel like their driver. It's almost like a little business. It's almost like a little business, and they the fame. Yeah, that's why you see some kids walk around, they back straight. The parents love them. There's nothing wrong with loving your children. I don't regret any time I put to the side for them. Period. I don't regret any of it. I love it. I love that I got an opportunity to do that. So to me, that's a gift. Loving and raising children can be the greatest gift you have, because especially watching them after you've done the work. Watching them after you've done the work. Well-oiled machines. Now, you might be a mess afterwards, but guess what? They are still going to be amazing because of what you have done. Because of what you have done, honey. Be the mother. Be that mother. Be that mother that loves. But also you're training. Most of our parenting is training. Not whooping and spanking and yelling because we got the authority. No. Not at all. You mess with me throat chakra. Because you don't want me to talk, but I must talk. I must say what me say. Me talk a lot, me sing a lot. And I'm usually by myself. Okay? Because there's a good reason for that. Good reason. Y'all. I'm just not doing it anymore. I'm just not. I know. No. Much love for the collective, but it's a no. Your energy grabbers and suckers. Just a no. But you see, people have to give back. Like, if it's reciprocal and if you have an offering too. God dang it. No. Stop letting people take from you. You are not unselfish because you decide to draw back your energy. You're not selfish because of it. You are, in fact, doing what is best for you. That's why I never, if someone says they cannot, I understand. But will I be expending that same energy towards you? Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. No. Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. No. It's a all the way no. Because relationships must be reciprocal. And if they are not, it's charity. And you have to decide when you want to do charity and benevolence. That has to be, there needs to be an overflow in your own personal life to get to that point. And if you have no overflow, you, if we don't have an overflow coming, we need to stay to ourselves. Because I can't give right now. Because you can't give right now. You're not going to drain me though, you know that. I had someone ask me for money in the middle of my crisis. It tells me something. If you can't even see that I have a crisis enough to pause and ask me for money or anything, and you're not able to give or won't give or haven't give in a short time, there is no real relationship. It becomes then an altruistic feat as well, benevolence. In friendships, they can be equally and mutually benevolent, but we know what it means when someone's altruistic and benevolent. Guess what? It just means that they're the only ones giving in that relationship, period. And it may not even be a relationship. It may just be benevolence. I'm helping you with something, and that's okay. I've decided that that's what I want to do because I have an overflow. And even if you have an overflow, you don't always have to give right away from that overflow. You need to really decide and determine who's worthy of that overflow. Like, where are you going to place it? Because it's not right to just give it to anybody. Because anybody will take advantage of it. And they will do whatever they can to keep it. Which is why you get people who hurt and do things to others because they didn't do something for them. Because you're just pouring out from a place of emptiness. So you're empty and now you're like, forget that. Everybody going down. I say when you are going through it, stay away from the ones who are close to you in a sense. Because if they are close to you, they're going to be the greatest drainers. For one, they're going to feel like they need to do something. And then in there doing something, they're doing more than they need to, and it's really annoying. And they're doing it from a place of emptiness, which makes it even worse. It's the worst kind of giving. Yeah. If you're in an empty place, just wait. Please. Don't come near me with that. I don't want to hear it. You gotta be, it's a no. You gotta be, it's a no. No, 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 right? Because if you don't, people will drain you. They will absolutely drain you and leave you to dead, to unalived. You could be going through so many battles and you tell them and they will still be who they are, because that's who they are. You can't get them to be someone different. They are who they are. I go into different towns and I can feel the vibe of whether that town is an aggressive town or if it is a peaceful town. You can feel the vibe of a town if you go for a walk. And I often, when I can cross the street safely, know that it's a town that is not aggressive. For some reason, you cross the street in a town that people are mind running you over, and you can feel their energy like, oh, you're in the way. And you're thinking, wait, whatever happened to that rule of pedestrians have the right of way? Not that I need to be finagling in the road and acting crazy. I need to have a directive, focused effort to get across the street, right? But if I am just crossing the street, it's my turn. The light has changed, right? And you still try to drive, that tells me something about that town. The fact that you're willing to run somebody over, where do you have to go to be so intimidating in the car? You know you're in a machine and I'm physical out here. I used to drive it and treat people that way. Never. That's crazy. You're driving in a vehicle, meaning you have a machine around you. And you're willing to keep on going toward this flesh. It just doesn't make sense. Which is why I won't move into a town like that. It's a no. Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. Hell no to the nah, nah, nah. People have been, really actively trying to make me feel and make me think, oh girl, that's nothing, and sit your ass down kind of feeling. But I realized that came from a place within me already. What I love about this is, yes, what I felt from them was real, but their projection was only receivable by me because I already think that about myself. Don't you just hate that when you catch something in yourself? You're like, so I'm working on it. It's not an innate, deeply rooted, absorbed feeling. But for a moment, I sometimes remember the time when I wrote a book and I published it. And I said, girl, that book ain't all that. I said it, like, how that should be so much better. Every book. Oh, you had a misspelled word in there. Because this is before ChatGPT. Maybe it's too much of her words and not, my editor's words and not enough of mine. Just so many different doubtful things. My first book was Rough and Tough Afro-Puff. And that book was birthed from my oldest son, who was experiencing bullying at school. Because I had balded his head. My husband didn't like getting their hair. He didn't like paying for getting their hair cut. So I learned how to do it because I knew they needed a haircut. At least I thought they did at the time. If I know what I know now, boys like to keep their hair. But I grew up learning that if they don't want it combed, cut it off. If you don't want to get it combed, you obviously don't want hair. Cut it off. So that's what I did. Even in the book, you'll see a picture of him and that's a real picture of him with a bald head at like 4 years old. Because he finally was like, Ma, can you please stop cutting all my hair off? He blames me to this day for cutting all of his hair off and him not having softer hair like Aaron. Because my mother used to be like, if you cut their hair too soon, their hair gonna be nappy. You have to wait till after they turn 2, and even then don't cut it down to the scalp. So she was warning me. So I do believe that because all my brothers have good hair, what we would consider a good hair, softer hair. I think something happens when you cut it all off too soon. I don't know what happens. But something happens to the hair. I did it at 8 months actually. But I kept cutting it. Let me get some water. I kept cutting it. And I was just like, maybe, just because he doesn't like it combed, I'll cut it and that'll be better, but it wasn't for him because it took him forever to grow his hair. He still struggles with growing out his hair because of it, I believe. So Aaron's hair is always growing really, really wild and beautiful and stuff, and he doesn't have that kind. So anyway, but I say all that to say this. Sometimes it is just timing, right? Sometimes it is just our timing with things. We don't know what we don't know. We don't know what we don't know. We're learning as we go. And so with every step, with every breath, you have to realize, okay, this is what I want to do with myself, or this is not what I want for myself. And you absolutely have to decide for yourself what is something you want to keep versus what's something you don't want to keep. If you don't like it, if it's the reality doesn't feel good, I would say leave that alone. Let it be. If it's up to me, let it be. Okay? Because one of the things is, every time we deny ourselves what we absolutely need, we are like, it's almost like death by 1,000 paper cuts. It's kind of tiny little things over and over again. For what? To have what to show for it? A lot of people at my funeral? Your funeral? You got a lot of people. We should have a lot of people at our funeral. No. Hell no. Where were you when I was alive? Where were you when I was alive? Oh, where were you when I was alive? Well, they want to stop the voice. They want to stop it because they know it's the truth, right? Yep. Still gonna say it. What about when the person is alive? As well, they're out here, they're living, and you don't visit. You don't call, you don't stop to see them. Why wait? I'm telling you, some people rather see you dead than alive, because then they don't have to. When you walk away from them, it doesn't make them look bad. If you die, then that says something happened to you because of you. But if you walk away from them, that's like a death in and of itself. They don't want you walking away. They like being in control of you. So you have to be very careful who you allow in your energy, because they want to be in control. And if you don't give them that control, they will talk about you, spread your name through the dirt, try to block your blessings. And they just do it by words. They can just say as much as they want to whoever they want. To anyone who will listen. To anyone who will listen, they'll speak against your name and make you feel or seem like you're the problem only and there's no other side to the story. That is what people do. And unfortunate for those who don't do it, right? Unfortunate for what it causes, but for the long run, I want you to know that no matter what they do, no matter what they say, they cannot block what God has for you. They cannot. They can't have it. They cannot have it. They cannot have what God has for you. You have to know that. The best way for somebody to harm another person is to reject them and to withhold affection, especially people who live in the same home. In addition, another way to really hurt and unlove a person or unalive them is literally through just how you speak to them and how you ignore them when they need you. People aren't hurting people with things anymore. They're not using guns. They're not using weapons. They're using their own power. And if you give people power, they will use it to control you and eventually take you out. They want rather to then sacrifice you and come to your funeral with a lot of flowers, but in your waking life, they're not around when you need them. And everybody has an intuition. So if your friend calls you and you can tell that something's not right. If one of my friends or a cousin or family member or anybody calls me and I hear their voice, I can tell when something's not right. So if I'm calling you and you know something's not right and you're talking to me as if I'm doing something wrong by calling you, right? Then you're not a good friend. You're not a friend at all. In fact, you're an enemy. because you are hoping for my downfall, first of all, by saying you're worried about me. But then when I ask for help, and I don't even need to say it directly, I shouldn't have to, because I bet in your past someone loved you in such a way where you never had to say a word. And I've been loved that way too, not by the same people that I have been there for. And in fact, I realize and I look back, I may not have been there for the people that were there for me, because they helped me outside of their normal friend zone, right? I was somebody on the outside getting help from them. And then I've been that person, though, that I make you a friend. You're a friend. But people keep coming back for more energy and more help and more money and more this and more that. And, you know, I look at my Cash App, and that's how I know how much I've done to help people. I'm not bragging about helping people. What I'm saying is that when I was at my worst, and I'm still not quite out of the dung yard yet, I asked with no receipt. I look at the receipts from money I've sent to the same people I went to ask, and money never came back from those people. And I don't understand that. I'm not upset about it, but I don't understand it. And like I said, on this end, I feel like I probably am a reciprocal of that too. Like I probably have done that as well, where somebody that has given to me, I wasn't able to give back to them in the same way, right? So I understand that that's that too, right? So there's, like, that's why I say there is no bitterness for it, right? There's no bitterness for that. I don't have a bitterness about it. I just know that it is telling, it is informative, it is data to help me see that if I am dealing with people who I can only give to but can't give back, that is an unbalanced nature in friendship and relationship. That's an imbalance, a very big imbalance. And so that means I'm looking for people to help or need me. I'm not in relationships where I am in a balanced friendship relationship where we're all able to pay for our own tickets, all able to buy our own food, all able to get to our own destination without any help from the other person, because we all have the means to do it. If that's not happening, then that's an imbalance, period. So I do think that we have to know if the relationship is for us or not. We have to be really very mindful of that. Is it mutually beneficial? Many people say, oh, you gotta love everybody. No, you don't. Especially when you're a giver, you better be careful. You're putting yourself out there for so many energies to take advantage of you. Even the chosen, some of them are not for you either. Even some of the chosen you can't be around. It's just going to be that way for a while. Even some of the chosen you'll not be able to be around. They can't, it's almost like two batteries, opposite. They won't even connect. It's too much power on both sides. Too much. I'm going to say this and then I'm going to let y'all go, because I definitely feel like I've talked a lot today. One of the things that I realized recently is that people want you to change and you to see yourself, but they don't see themselves, and they're unwilling to turn and look at themselves in the mirror and say, I'm asking you to change your ways first. And people always say, oh, you're too hard on yourself. No, I'm not too hard on myself. You are just not as aware of yourself as I am. And that to me is on you. I'm not going to make that a problem or a me problem. If you're not aware of what you're doing to me, but I can be aware of what I've done to you, because I realize there's an exchange of energy. I'm very aware of exchanges. If we come in contact with each other or doing business or anything like that, we are exchanging. It should be an exchange of energy, not a siphoning. And if it's a siphoning of energy, that's not right. You're out of order. You're unethical in the spiritual realm. Even in the religious realm, y'all think y'all are so perfect out here judging and pointing at everybody. You're not perfect. Sorry, not anybody. Not one person on this planet is perfect. They just want to portray themselves at like perfection, and they're just not. I don't care what color you are, how much money your parents had, there's always, some people got some skeletons and webs. And while these skeletons and webs are like, what is a web? It's silk, right? But once built up in a closet with dirt and dust all over it, you've taken something beautiful and turned it. Skeletons, they started off beautiful, flesh and blood and eyes and ears. But why did it become a skeleton? Because it was untended to. That's just things that were untended. Doesn't always mean it was wickedness. Doesn't always mean it was evil. It just means they did not tend to something. You hear the story on the news all the time where somebody left an elderly person and you found them in the bed as a mummy. Like, what the hell is that? That is lack of love. You can really unalive somebody by ignoring them and rejecting them, and it's not right. Or throwing stones at their name. Because if their name is bad, guess what? They're not going to get the resources. Right? You talk about a whole sector of people in a certain way, and people won't trust them. But you give them a good name, people trust that race or that culture. You don't really hear a lot of people say bad things about Asians, in America at least. I don't know in other, if you go to continent of Asia or Europe, if it'd be different. But I know in this continent, we don't talk negatively about people who are Asian. You always hear that they're smart, they're business savvy, you know what I'm saying? But you don't hear the things, that derogatory stuff that whites, blacks say about each other, Spanish say about each other, the things that people say about each other in the three main cultures that we have. Even how African American culture is within cultures. Jamaican, Haitian, African, Somalian, they all talk bad about each other too. Hey, and then I realize Asians do it too. Japanese, Vietnamese, Chinese, they have issues with each other. I didn't know that. I'm like, oh, we're not the only ones. All of us are doing it. You talk to Europeans, Irish think they're better. No, Italians think they're better than the Irish. Europe think they're better than the ethnic whites. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got something. Better and this than. Bad and good and pretty and ugly. Everybody's got something they want to say. They got to put us all on a spectrum, pendulum of things, telling us what we are and what we're not. You're letting everybody tell you. And we can't let everybody tell us anymore who we are and who we're not. We are a good people. There's more good out here than bad. But I definitely believe there's a mix-up somewhere, because there's a lot of ancient text that teaches that everybody's not necessarily human. It said that angels came down and mixed in with people and had babies and things with them. The Nephilim. So if you believe the book you're reading, if you believe it, I mean, I don't know why you would read something you don't believe or follow something you don't believe. Just all the books. I mean, if you were to look at all of them, they all have similarities and things that they say that happened before we arrived. So if it happened before we arrived, unless a whole race was killed off, which I do believe there was that, but I don't think it was everywhere. It might have been in certain parts of the world. Either way, I do believe in a lot of the some of the conspiracy theories, I should say, and I do believe in a lot of the religious script and text that teaches about ancient times and dinosaurs and stuff. Because if you look at some of the birds, they match some of the types of birds that were here during that age as well. Looking at the lizard, look at, iguanas, they all kind of mimic a look of a dinosaur from long ago. They just were larger because they ruled, not humans, right? So there was a time when animals were bigger, and there are places where that still is the case. And like, I know Guyana has a rainforest, and their turtles are like massive. There's a lot of places like that, and in the jungle and in the rainforest, the animals are a lot bigger because there's a lot less human habitation in those places. We come in and we mess with things. We want to experiment on them. We want to put things in the soil. That's why all the buffalo got killed off on the Trail of Tears. Come on, there's just so many reasons that we should all just be grateful that we're here. But we should also know that through time, bad things have happened to massive animal types as well, people types. When it came to people and animals that were alive, it was happening then too. So we're not in we're in a new age, but still you got to remember that things are going to be brought out differently, whether it be through a disease that they explicate out into the earth, or whether it be massive deportation, things like, you know what I'm saying? There's always a method to keeping the society, social constructs in balance. And I don't like it either. I think it's wrong to do it that way. I feel like you should let nature take its course. But some people force it through other means because they know that is the way to keep things balanced. So they go after different sectors of the world all the time, from animals to people, if you pay attention. That's why some animals are protected, because people were overly killing them. Doing too much, not respecting the land, not respecting the environment and the dirt that you walk on. You want to overdo it. You don't realize you overdo it. You cut too many trees. You kill too many animals. You are really unaliving the earth. And that's why some places can't vegetate or get back of blooming again, where there's a lot of greenery, because somebody's messed with the soil. People are bothering the earth, overdoing it. It's there for us as a resource, but not for us to overtake, like be greedy. We should not be greedy with these things. Even with animals. Maybe God did allow us to have pets, right? But why you need 20 cats? Why you need 5 dogs? Can you even handle yourself? You're overweight. You haven't been eating right. You don't exercise or take care of yourself, and you got 20 dogs? It's just not cool. Like, that tells me something about you. If you're trying to give me advice and you have not been taking care of yourself, I don't want to hear it personally. I don't want to listen to somebody who's not taking care of themselves. If you come to me, your teeth all messed up, your breath stink, and this could be, I believe that people still have good advice, right? I can accept that. But if you don't take care of yourself, I'm only going to listen to you for so long, right? That's why I take care of myself, because I want to make sure I can be somebody you can listen to, because I believe that God has given me some things that I need to share, right? Because it's experiences I've had. And that's all I can help you from, right? Is my experiences. If it resonates, you use it. If it doesn't, then you leave it. There is no force when it comes to that. You choose who you want to listen to. You choose who you will wish to follow. There are people we need to look at for examples of how to do things. But I believe everything we need is really inside of us. It's not outside of us. It's inside. So we're complaining about the outside all the time and what people not doing and doing to us. None of that should matter so much as what you care and what you do. Do what you're supposed to do. Stay out of everybody's business. And I don't mean that in an egregious way. Literally, mind your own business for a while and see how it goes. You might actually enjoy it. You might actually enjoy your own company. You might actually care about yourself for once. You might actually just like it and never go back to that foolishness again. I wish that on you. I wish that for you, that you never go back to the foolishness, that you never go back to the drama. And I was in a situation recently where I could tell they wanted me to lose it. They wanted me to get upset. And I chose peace within myself. She was saying all kinds of ugly things, simply because I was taking care of my space in the way I know I need to. And she said all kinds of ugly things about me as a human. She know me, but she just wanted to make me look bad, right? When you get someone who does that, there's something missing in them. I could look at her and tell all the things that were missing, that she hadn't dealt with in her own life. So I couldn't expect to get some love from someone like that. There was nothing going to come from her that would be good. So I just let her be. I didn't fight with her. I didn't argue. In fact, I on purpose respected her more, showed respect more. I don't respect her in that way, but I showed her respect, if that makes sense, because I could tell she was trying, but she was failing as well. So who the hell am I to put somebody down for that? Because I have those same things, because we're all human, right? But do I have to accept how she was treating me and stay in the space where she was in? No. I can respect the fact that she is who she is while also respecting myself. I need to parent myself. Does this feel good? Is this safe? And if it is not, then I need to remove myself from it. I can't control the person in front of me. I can only control the one in the mirror. So why am I trying to control somebody in front of me when knowing that's not going to work? It would be a damage to myself. I would be putting myself in a bad position, because she could do anything to say that she was defending herself, whatever the case. But the love and truth of it is that only could come if I allowed it. So I didn't get mad at the things she was saying. I just got what I needed to get, and I removed myself. I had never been so insulted, honestly, in a long time. But I chose what to do with it. I wasn't going to take the insult to project back how it made me feel, or how I wanted her to feel because she made me feel it. I just decided to go within and relax, and I let myself cry. I let myself deal with it. I gave myself a permission to love and to pour back into myself. So I took a nice shower, and I did my makeup, I did my hair, I did my skin. I took care of myself. I said, you're okay. You're okay because you have to be, and no one can take that from you. And it's a beautiful thing if you just give yourself a permission to feel some things and then move right through it. Take your time with yourself. You are worth it. You are important. You're special. Just as special as the next person. Then you could choose to hold space for people, and I have, and I do that. I always hold a small amount of space still, even for the egregious ones, because I want that for me too when I have egregious moments. I don't live egregiously, but if I have an egregious moment that doesn't feel right to the person I'm spending time with because of whatever reason, even if it is all within them, I can take out moments for that. But I'm not going to be giving that all the time. That's ridiculous. Again, don't give from an empty cup or even a full one. Give from one that is overflowing. Give from a cup that is overflowing. Give from a space that already loves yourself. That way, when you are coming to an energy of someone who doesn't love you, you're not seeking anything and you don't need anything from them. You can move on from a relationship like that because you have filled your cup, and that's really all you need. You want an overflow cup, but where do you want it to overflow to? A saucer, or just on unfertile ground where nothing will come of it? Even having it just on a saucer, there's nothing producing from that. Some people say, pour from your saucer. I pour from the saucer, but then the saucer's empty again, and I gotta refill it. I'm left to refill it. Why not let my overflow go into a fertile ground with beautiful seed that is going to germinate and they become something beautiful, and I have produce. Why not let that be the reason I overflow? I want to be that fertile ground too for someone who have overflowed into me. That's why I feel like I must get it together so I can be that too. Because if I'm receiving, I want to also be in a place to give, because I don't want anyone to experience what I have, because that can only happen for so long. And if you continue in the same cycles with people who don't care about you, don't love you, you will definitely have health issues. High blood pressure, diabetes, heart murmurs, all kinds of things come from this lack of loving yourself. You can trust yourself. You can absolutely trust yourself. You have to, because there's no one else to trust but you. And there are people that you will come into your life that are amazing, but you won't be able to receive them if you don't first trust yourself. You're going to feel so much pain all the time, and every little thing they do, you're going to be after them, and then they're going to get exhausted and decide, I can't be with you anymore because that's not right for me to do this to myself. Because at some point people start hurting so much within themselves that they don't have any other option but to leave a situation that's harming their whole spirit. You don't have to be physically being harmed that people can see the scars. These are scars that people can't see, which is the worst kind. It's of the worst kind. But so many times we just ignore the fact that there's invisible diseases, invisible pain, invisible. And because you can't see it, you don't believe it's happening to the person. You need something big and bad to happen for you to believe. The truth is, we are doing things consistently and allowing too many types of behaviors, passive aggressiveness, and especially if you're in the energy of one person that's doing it. It's multiples, it's people around you, it's different. If you're just like in once in a while seeing them, but you live with them, they're talking to you on the phone every day. No. People are people. They're going to be who they're going to be. You don't got to stay in their energy. You don't have to stay in their energy. You don't have to receive it and accept it. You really do not. And I'm here to say it, like, you have to let go if you want to survive. People think they ignore you. If they ignore you and they don't want to be around you, let it be. Don't fight for that. Don't, when they start, do not circle back. Let them be. Let them be. Let them be. Anyway, I was supposed to, Ben got off here, so I'm getting off here now. Love you guys so much. This will probably end up being on YouTube somewhere, so pick it up there. I keep it on for a day and then I download it and send it right to the best place that I have my videos. So yeah, love you. Bye.